Hi, I'm Kevin and welcome to my little rooftop home office and the real laptop lifestyle. Have you ever wondered why, when it comes to work and generating an income, some people are really successful while others continually struggle? Well, this video has been created to help you understand exactly why this is and how you can use this knowledge to your advantage. I'm about to provide you with 12 smart life hacks to developing your own fun and lucrative laptop lifestyle, to lead to a lifestyle which suits you and your family. I'm about to show you how to get the best bang for your buck and the greatest return for your effort. Before we get into the meat of this video, please click on the subscribe link directly below the video and then the little grey bell next to it. Then I'll keep you informed of every new video which I publish. I have a lot of new videos planned to come out over the next few months, which I know will help you generate bigger profits and lead a more enjoyable and productive lifestyle. Why work in somebody else's dream when you can start working on your own and keep 100% of the profits? I could never quite understand why anyone would work for someone else when they could do exactly the same thing for themselves. Actually, I can think of one reason: to gain knowledge and skills before doing the same thing for themselves. It's a fair deal. Allow yourself to be exploited in return for learning new skills or a trade. I'm sure this goes without saying, when it comes to wealth, unless you're in big business and prepared to work your way to the top, the chances are you'll never become rich or wealthy working for someone else. There are very few exceptions to this rule. Seriously. However, starting your own business is a big decision and initially a lot of work. It's not for pussies, although it's very achievable. It's a lot of fun and a great adventure. It's the same for everyone, but let me reiterate, establishing a financially successful WFH, work from home, business or laptop lifestyle starting on a part-time basis is very possible. When you know exactly how, neither is it that difficult either. Neither do you have to invest big money in starting your own business. In fact, surprisingly little. You might already have everything you need to get started on a part-time basis. If you work for an hourly rate, most people do, you're shooting yourself in the foot, simply because it limits and severely restricts your upper income level. The solution is simple and quite easy when you understand it. Look for methods of generating residual income streams. By contrast, as an example, I create digital products and profit streams of my own, and once they're created, I can sell them as many times as I wish, and often for many years into the future. Once I've created one product or created a new income stream, I'm free to create another, and another, and another, and so on. In this way, my income carries on growing. Generally, even if I stop working, my income continues to flow. Think outside the box and become creative. There is always a way. In fact, there's always many ways. This is so important. Decide upon your start and finish times and then stick to them. Get into a routine. Working long your hours doesn't necessarily mean you're more productive. Becoming productive is a conscious decision. However, if you start early and become laser focused on the task at hand, you will start achieving far more. I only work for an average of 4 hours a day, but I achieve so much more than most people do simply because I'm focused. If you work for yourself, you can decide your start and finish times and what best suits you and your family. Then remember to stick to them. Just be consistent. While you're at work, give it 101%, but when you're finished, only concentrate on your family and home life. This is a good work-life balance. People are always overthinking what actions and tasks they should do next, while the answer is both obvious and simple. What you enjoy doing most is inconsequential compared to what generates you a profit and income and ways to make more money. This fact is essential. In fact, it's the only reason we work at all. If you can combine the two, that's even better. But always do what puts the bacon on the table first. That's nearly always the most important. If you want to become a super achiever and highly productive, then time will be your most finite and valuable of commodities. For that reason, you will have to use your time very wisely and don't let a moment of it slip away from you. I, by choice, work in increments of 20-minute blocks and then take short 5 to 10-minute breaks where I do shorter tasks or even take a comfort break, perhaps make a cup of tea, etc. To accurately measure this period, I use an uncomplicated and inexpensive kitchen timer for a couple of good reasons. 1. It's easy to set. 2. I don't have to watch the clock. 3. The ticking constantly reminds me of my task and to stay focused. Working with a ticking timer in this way seems to add a sense of urgency to my task. I've shared this tip with a few friends who all agree it makes them more productive. So try it out for yourself. Ask yourself an exceptionally important question, which is, what actions would generate you more ongoing profit? Now consider the potential answers carefully. Make the same question an ongoing priority. The answer will almost certainly be lots of things, and you need to convert them into habits as soon as possible. Begin by making a list of them, keep it updated, and of course prioritize. Then implement and develop one new self-serving habit at a time. Keep doing this consistently until your new actions become firm habits, until you reach the point that you do it without conscious thought or effort, and it has developed into a personal asset. We can never have too many of these. Most of us, including me, have developed some very poor habits. So make a list of these also and either upgrade, improve, or eliminate them from your life. Do this, and in a few months' time, you'll look back over your shoulder to see how far you've traveled and advanced, how much more you're now achieving. You'll never run short of quality self-serving habits which need to be developed and assimilated into your life. Remember to concentrate on developing them one at a time. We all have our own personal skill set, things that we do particularly well and better than most people. Generally, these are tasks and things we enjoy doing and find rewarding. The flip side of this equation is that there are many things that, for whatever reason, we don't do that well. Perhaps these are tasks we find boring or unchallenging and generally dislike doing. So the positive solution is a simple equation. Concentrate your efforts on those things that you do well. Don't waste your time on anything else. The tasks you don't do so well or don't enjoy doing, you should delegate or pay someone else who does enjoy doing them well to do for you. When I stopped trying to do everything and being the jack of all trades, I found that my passion for the job as well as my profits began to increase quite dramatically. Yours will also. Decide what you're going to ignore. Following on from the previous action, make a list of those things that you don't want to do. Then start looking around for somebody who you think does do them very well. We're going to try and make a deal with these people. Approach them and tell them that you admire their work. Now, everyone enjoys a genuine compliment, and this is a great way of beginning a relationship. Then tell them the things that you're good at, your skills, and express the point that you would be interested in developing a win-win, no-lose deal with them. A trade of skills. This will generally grab their attention. Then explain the proposed deal, which is you both generate additional profits without costs. All it will cost either of you is your time, and in return for your valued skill at something you enjoy doing, you'll receive someone doing the actions and tasks which you don't enjoy doing. Boom! It makes perfect sense. Many people see the sense in this strategy and how it will help them improve their business without investing a penny. It's also a great symbiotic way of overcoming these challenges. Some people would definitely be up for it, others won't. If they say no, then simply move on. There are no shortage of skilled individuals who will do a deal with you. I have a number of these win-win relationships who have become great friends, and I love working with such open-minded people, and it's one of my favourite ways to make more money and at the same time reduce my overhead. The environment and atmosphere in which you work will have a huge determining factor on your levels of productivity. More importantly, it will increase your levels of profitability. For this reason, you need to make certain that the environment is comfortable and conducive as it can be. In fact, it's probably one of the most important investments in your future profitability you'll ever make. Have you ever heard of cabin fever? Basically, this means to stay fresh and focused, you need to have a change of environment, even for short periods of time. This will make a huge difference to your level of creativity and production, as well as your levels of happiness. However, I'm not encouraging you to invest in a second office. No, far from it. Here is one simple solution. Although with a little creativity though, I'm sure this can be adapted and expanded to suit your particular situation also. I'm lucky enough to live surrounded by beautiful countryside, and so for me the answer is simple. I drive out to a nice beauty spot in my car and work off my laptop. Please don't laugh, not until you've tried it anyway. If you live in a town, I'm sure there are plenty of parks and places which you could substitute, or work in a bookstore, etc. The image is from my car and just a mile away from my home, overlooking the Severn Estuary out towards Wales. For me, the result of working from my laptop in my car for a few hours every day is this. I stay focused and produce high quality work, lots of it. I also love this outdoor change of environment. Enough said. OMAD. Now this is the 9th tip on generating greater profits, and it may surprise you. OMAD is the abbreviation for 1 meal a day. I've always been a bit on the chubby side and well padded. The reason being is I enjoy my food and I overeat. The downside is that this makes me lethargic and it affects my level of concentration. A few years ago, I was introduced to the OMAD diet. Wanting to lose weight, I decided to give it a go, and I actually lost over 40 kilograms. It's a very simple diet plan. The only thing you have to remember is not to eat. Not to the end of the day, that is, anyway. I'm not sharing this with you because it's a great way to lose weight, but rather because it immediately and very noticeably began to sharpen my concentration. My clarity focus became markedly improved. Neither did I have to waste my time on food preparation until I'd finished working. Before, where I'd feel tired and ready for a nap, after I started OMAD, I was lean, keen and alert for the whole day. I also have tons more energy. By the way, once you get used to it, you don't even feel hungry. Don't just take my word for this. Read up on the benefits of fasting which it has on your body. Try OMAD for yourself. I wouldn't have mentioned it if the results it delivered weren't outstanding. This would be right at the top of my list of ways to make money. Now, occasionally, most of us suffer with bouts of insomnia. These can greatly interfere with our levels of productivity and profitability. I have a simple solution. If I wake and can't go back to sleep, then I'm disciplined enough to get up and do some work. Usually, after a few hours of working, I'm starting to get tired again and ready to go back to bed. Now, this usually fixes the problem for me. If it doesn't and I still can't sleep, then I get up and work some more. I repeat this process until I do eventually go to sleep. Then I simply add the length of time I just worked onto the time I stay in bed. It's a case of sleep swings and roundabout, which always works for me. Lying in bed when you can't sleep is simply a waste of your time. Keep away from negative people. You may have noticed that when you're around negative people, they bring you down to their level, the lowest common denominator. If you mention your hopes and aspirations for the future, they'll immediately start to tell you you're doing the wrong thing. Being around such people is not good for you. Your passions and enthusiasm will evaporate faster than water in a hot desert. You can really do without this because recovery from negativity costs valuable time which you can't afford. So my advice, for what it's worth, is staying away from negative people. They're more damaging to your productivity than the common cold. Keep a journal of your successes and achievements. We all easily remember our failures. However, our successes and their importance seems to fade from significance quite quickly. For that reason, your success journal will have many benefits. Just occasionally, if you're feeling less than 100%, it's great to read through your journal and remind yourself of what you're achieving. It's important to occasionally remind ourselves of this and give yourself a mental pat on the back. Have you heard it said? Those people who keep records are more likely to also break records. I think there's a lot of wisdom in this quotation. Personally, I find reminding myself of my successes and achievements highly motivating. I'm sure that you will also. Okay, so there you have it. 12 smart hacks to help you make more money working from home. They'll work for you also if you use them. So what's next? If I caught your attention, you should discover more about establishing your own work from home or laptop lifestyle, and you can do so by going to my website, which is https://thereallaptoplifestyle.com, or even better, you can click the link directly below this video to subscribe to my profit generating email list. If you have any comments or questions, please ask them below and I will answer them. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd love to know this, so please give me a thumbs up below. It would also be great if you could share or mention this article with your friends on social media. Thanks for your time, and I hope to be speaking with you again very shortly.